Alright, so welcome ladies and gentlemen, XLNC Shoutcasting for the third and final game of the night. Team Mermicorn versus Team Draaaaven. Do not forget to jump into the Discord so you can chat with your team and have some amazing level 1 cheese plays where you steal away the enemy team's chickens, because who doesn't love chicken? And we see the immediate Sivir ban because the last game, late game crits, decimated in the group 5v5. It is the question of the game.
Do not
why
try my patience.
in such close proximity against a crit, triple or quadra item crit build Sivir late game.
Yeah, that was pretty scary to see how much damage Sivir can do late game. Her issue is, of course, she's super ranged and can be countered out pretty easy by someone like a Caitlyn, someone, even a Cosmo or a Twitch, someone who can
The ball is angry.
Safely, because she has pretty heavy difficulty with assassin, something like that.
So we do have a unsurprising Nasus as well as Cho'Gath bans. They are super tanky, and we do have the Orianna ban against Ha Sauce, as he has
Let me get in there
excellently before, and I guess Draaaaven decided they weren't interested in seeing that played against them this game around.
Yeah, well, I think we can turn down the sound. Just get
well,
into
the in-game sound is over, considering that the song has finished playing, so you will just have the music playing in the background. My awesome music mix of top shelf
I think
sounds.
they mean the actual game.
Right.
Like the
Once it's in-game,
Yes,
yes, I can definitely turn that down. I can probably just turn everything down now a little bit, but there we go. Alright, what if I do this? Turn the music up a hair, and turn all sounds down a hair.
You probably want to turn.
Well, no, our mics are separate. This is mic audio. This is desktop audio. Stream things. You'll learn one day. So, Dankus the Memus decides to go with the Gnar after scrolling through several different things. We also see the Caitlyn ban, not terribly surprising. What I'm interested in knowing is now the Maokai is available, has not been yet played tonight most of the time, either banned or just not picked. But what am I talking about? As Catinator is hovering, probably just trolling with me though, as they normally do when... it is.
OP pick is open.
OP pick is open. So now the interesting thing is, what is it going to be paired with? Because Maokai the ult is so slow but so good. If you pair it up with somebody that either has movement speed like a Sivir, but she's been banned out, or somebody that has really good CC. Now Lux is going to be good for that as well, because she can snare and then Maokai ults, and that's going to catch up to the snare. But you could also go with several other champions, and it is going to be Ninja picking up the Lux for probably the mid lane.
Bano of 10 over that mastery. Haven't seen him play that in a very long time. But Master Yi is the quintessential ball champion. If you get ahead on him, he's awesome. If you get ahead on him, he's butts.
He is a minion.
He is a minion lord who's worth more gold.
Or less, depending on how many times he's died.
Yeah. Snake's picking up the Diana. Diana is actually in a really strong spot. It feels like freaking season 3 again. Maokai's OP. Why are we shoutcasting on Friday? We started on Thursday. Yep. And we were out of town. Actually, Jake was visiting my apartment up in South Carolina. I'm usually over at his place for my internship in Atlanta, but he was up in South Carolina for a couple of days. Unfortunately, my internet was down, and we could not actually shoutcast, and there was in my apartment anyway, so that would have made shoutcasting difficult, as none of the rest of my family much cares for staying up the hours of the morning.
Yelling at a computer screen, as they call it.
Yep.
Which it's way more important than yelling at a computer screen.
You're duller than a broken
so a Tahm Kench ban. It is not a common ban and not a common play champion, but if it's in the right person's hand, especially with the Discord communication, can be really, really important, because we've seen so many times in the LCS plays, especially in the Rift Rivals, when they use that for an early game 4-man gank top lane with that ultimate. But looks like it is going to be a Draaaaven ban. I like that finally we're starting to see some of those second tier bans being against the other person's lanes that they have not chosen, where we had so often mid laner being chosen, and yeah, let's ban more mid laners. And the Thresh being banned as well.
I'm fascinated to see Lord Reeves pick up this game. I'm fascinated to see what Hossos has in response to that, as he is normally a mid laner, but it could be the Diana. Snake's playing Diana mid. That has been a little bit. It's been a little bit more common now nowadays. Diana, actually, yeah, it looks like she will be taking it into the mid or possibly the top lane. Cool, picking up the Misfortune. That
easy laning phase.
Misfortune's one of those champions I look at and just kind of head a little bit because she's so easy to play. Press Q on a minion that's about to die, take 2/3 of their health away. Press R, win the team fight. However, all that to say, there is still the importance of positioning. Place. Oh my gosh, I love you. Picked up my Jhin.
Well, the other thing is that if you time it right as Tarek and you get the ult down just before Misfortune's ult goes down, it's very, very hard. But if you do, 100% negates all that damage. And it's against several AoE members. The Anivia, the Sona, could be very, very crucial. The damage is just nuts from Mermicorn, though, with the Jhin, with the Master Yi, with the Gnar. This is... I mean, they kind of have similar team comps in the fact that you have all damage in one tank. Maokai versus Tarek. So I guess it comes down to which is a better tank.
Well, then again, Gnar's semi-tank.
Mega Gnar can go tank and definitely
he'll either build
soaks
tank
up a
or
lot of damage.
split push, depending on whether he's planning on grouping with the team or trying to put pressure on Maokai ult. Let me see. So I guess we should run through.
Picks and bans. So we're gonna go ahead and start with Team Mermicorn. Dankus the Memus, welcome, playing Gnar in the top lane. Phantom of Temp taking Master Yi in the jungle. Snakes on a plane, taking Diana in the mid lane. Jade Kronlox taking Tarek in the bottom lane support. And Sauce taking Jhin in the bottom lane ADC role.
And for Team Draaaaven, we've got Maokai, played by Catinator in the top lane. Destininja playing Lux in the middle lane. Lord Reeves, I think, maybe playing Anivia in the top lane or jungle. Is Maokai jungling? Is going on, Jake? Okay, so I think actually Maokai is going to be in the jungle. Lux mid, Anivia top, Misfortune in the bottom lane, and Sona supporting her, played by We Turn Them Gay and Cool, respectively. Or I could be totally wrong, and it could be Misfortune top, Sona mid, Anivia jungle, Lux, I don't know, supporting Maokai bottom lane.
Lux, enemy team Fountain.
Yes.
I mean, she does shoot lasers.
All right.
So, yeah, there's very interesting composition on this one. I've got 40 seconds very quickly. Do I get to predict first? Because I predicted first last time.
No, yeah, you predicted the second game.
Right, so you should predict
I
first.
predict.
Right. Well, you got 30 seconds. Go.
Well, I'm predicting that Team Mermicorn is going to win primarily just because I always root for Jhin on.
I knew you were going to do that.
Yeah. I think the interesting team comp. I mean, if Maokai gets ahead, he will become a hyper tank and snowball. And I am hesitant to root against Lord Reed. With his impeccable record in mid lane. However, I think just team comp wise, I have to give it to Team Mermicorn simply because they've got the Gnar in the top lane, which has a good matchup in the Maokai. They've got Diana in the mid lane, which has a somewhat good matchup into to Anivia. However, Gnar could also be going into Lux. Good matchup there. Could be going to... Yeah, I've never seen that matchup, but I assume it's a decent matchup once Gnar gets his hand. Magic resist. Anyway, would you like anything to say?
Yeah, taken way over my my being able to analyze, but I am fine with taking Team Draaaaven just simply because the name is awesome. But I do believe that it's going to be a Maokai jungle, which is going to be really, really, really impactful when he ganks. Most likely going to be that Anivia top lane, who should have the wave clear once she hits level 6 to deal with the Gnar and just keep him off the turret. Lux in the mid lane going to be able to use those snares to be able to harass the Diana, and it just is going to come down to the late game power combo of the Sona Misfortune ult combo. You only need 1 or 2 people to step out of place, instantly Sona Crescendo followed by the Misfortune bullet time, and it doesn't matter who you are unless you have that Taric ult on you right at that moment. Your health is wiped. So if they position correctly, it doesn't matter. Maokai is so darn tanky and gets those heals every time he auto attacks in the late game. That's the thing, is look at how many casters you have. Even your ADC is a caster ADC of a sort. And Maokai heals off of any casting going around him when he auto attacks.
Actually, not anymore. They reworked that.
Oh, I was not updated on that.
Yes, and now it's on a cooldown. Because he was just so busted that in a team fight setting, every auto attack was healing him for a portion.
Well, that's what I was. I was like, he's just auto attack away. He gets all the heals, but
that's why he was so busted, and they reworked him a little bit to make his thing. A certain amount of spells does give him a cooldown reduction, but there is a flat number that it can exceed.
Even still, he is very broken, very tanky, and it looks like it is the top lane in Anivia, as I correctly predicted. And I'm really DJ Sona. I wish we could listen to the music. I love DJ Sona's music. So either way, both teams have an excellent opportunity to get into the game. Win condition for Team Draaaaven is probably going to be either the perfect 5-man fight, where you've got the Maokai snare putting everybody in a really solid position, rooted for Misfortune to ult, or for them to get a pick, get the DJ Sona Crescendo off, and then snowball that into a couple of towers that eventually will snowball into the end of the game.
Right, and
what is the win condition for Mermicorn?
That music real quick before I forget that. For Team Mermicorn, I'm going to say there's always the sleeping win condition of the Gnar ultimate. A good Gnar into the wall can really turn the tide of it. Right? You have the other sleeping win condition. If the Phantom of Temp gets on the heat, he can just annihilate all of the squad team and then kind of spam laugh at Maokai, who does damage. Snakes in the mid lane. I'm really looking at the matchup. If Snake gets ahead, especially come level 6, assassination potential onto the Diana is in an amazing spot right now. Lux doesn't really have the Lux did get a small change to her shield that if it passes through an ally, it comes back twice as strong. However, there's not going to be an ally in that. So the burst damage coming out of Snakes is going to be a deal. Secondly, Jade Chronolox on the Taric. A lot of their damage is a lot of their stuff is long-term setup. You have Misfortune ultimate. You have Sona ult.
Most importantly, the Maokai ult is so slow. As soon as he throws that, just throw the Taric ultimate down because you know it's coming.
Yeah. And even Lord Reeves' ultimate has a channel time itself. The Anivia Glacial Storm takes a certain time to ramp up its damage, so all that can be countered out by the Taric ultimate, that long-term CC. And Haas is not going to suffer from the same thing that the Vayne did in the last game, needing to get close to the fight. Jhin has the potential to ult from half a mile away, affect the team fight, get some good damage onto priority targets without putting himself in jeopardy, just walk the fight. Now he is going to have a little bit of now their lose condition, so to speak, is going to be this Maokai. They don't have a ton of ways to deal with him. Assassination damage coming out of Snakes isn't going to do a ton against the Maokai. Secondly, Jhin is not very good at tanks. especially if he ends up going with lethality build, which I really hope he doesn't. If he does, I think the game is lost.
Yeah, and I'm a little sad that this Maokai is doing what some people do, and that is just put all of the minions into the bush. It is better to slowly stack them a little bit of a distance away from each other so that all 3 of those procs are affected. But even still, very quick clear for him. That's one of the nice things about Maokai is that he can crush through different buffs if he just sets them up. You can go to chickens, throw a sapling into the bush by red buff, go back to the chickens, throw a second sapling, and keep that up. But the damage going out into Sona very early on. They got a great stun ignite taking away. Flash from Jin. That is first blood Jin in the bottom lane. Very quickly starting us off. Sona just starting in a really bad position in that bottom fight.
Sorry, my Jin. There, I saw low health. Sona's like, Flash, kill him! Kill him in the face!
Sauce picking that one up very nicely done in the bottom lane. Seeing the opportunity, that 4th shot early game Jin damage is just nuts, and it will get them first blood in the bottom lane.
Yeah,
but
Snake's playing this this matchup in the mid lane fairly well. Could have taken a ton of damage in that last trade, but pops the shield. Phantom of Temp getting an early gank off onto Lord Reeves. The slow's coming down. It looks like Reeves is going to be forced to flash away and not burn the egg, and he probably would have gone down in that scenario. Look for a return gank in the lane.
I don't know if the Gnar has enough damage early to kill Anivia even after egg form.
But Yi was still there.
Yeah, it's true. He was around. He was already backing off, but the snare going down onto Misfortune. She is trying to heal with the help of the Sona, but taking so much damage from that as the 4th shot Jin continues to damage people away. Can the heals, though, come out enough? That is the question. But now the gank returned onto the Gnar as Catinator picks that one up. The snare onto Misfortune, forced to flash. Tossa's taking a little bit of damage back. I don't believe this is going to be the cheese Sona that you and I played so many times with the Sona Jin going full AP Sona to deal excellent damage. But it's going to be the Diana nicely snared up, and the flash from Maokai to root immediately onto the Diana. Can they get the damage, forcing her flash out? That's just going to be a little extra from the Lux on the back end of that one. But flash for flash, mid laner has used it early. Lux still has both flash and ignite available. A little bit of damage from the Thunderlord's proc going on to the Jin, but he continues to get healed up by Jade on this Targ, which I think I like a bit better than his Thresh. He's still a good Thresh with some of those hooks, but so far this Tark has been massively impactful.
Yeah, a little bit of early cheddar cheese doesn't help. Doesn't hurt things anyway. By the way, you're missing a fight.
Yeah, I was moving stuff. You got to know when it's gonna be a fight or when it's gonna be a skirmish.
If
in this case, it was
if
just
Hossos had tossed out his snare right there, it would have been
just a skirmish. However, Jade is a little bit on the lower side, so you got to be a little bit safer. And
yeah, all the thing about this particular matchup is you do not want to trade into shot with low health. It does 25% of your missing health as a damage, and when you're full health, that doesn't mean a lot. When you have,
oh, snare gonna go down to Sona. She is gonna be immediately following. However, the Tarek might be going down. And yeah, Jin picking up a 3rd kill of the game, but Misfortune does get one back. Maokai here trying to finish this up. Nice sapling will start it off, getting the slow down, the snare down as well, knocking back. Can the Maokai do it? He has no mana, but he has the red buff, the slow taking away, and he does pick that one off the end side, getting the shutdown gold as well, which is really nice. Nice double snare from the Lux in the mid lane on top of that. Destin Ninja doing a great job there, however, is still probably forced to back out.
Because right now she's under 6 pressure from the Diana,
and she does not have the minions. 11 farm to 31 farm. That is going to be a kill. Snakes might go down with the ignite taking away. Discard our health pot.
Shield.
Yeah, the health pot is going to be able to keep her alive. Started that a little bit earlier, and so Snakes keeping himself alive. We said earlier that Snakes is an excellent mid laner, knows how to bully people around with his champions. And that Lux is going to lose even more farm. 2 more waves going to go down before that Lux gets back to lane. Now, once Lux is level 6, a little bit harder to keep Lux from getting farm. But at least for now, Diana's doing a great job crushing mid lane.
Diana, oh, hold on. It looks like
double
a
snare
kill.
onto Misfortune. She is very low health. Ignite taking away. She's on the run. Can she get back in time? It looks like she'll survive for now. Very low health. Haas Sauce also continuing the chase. They are going to back off, looking for the minions. Maokai nowhere to be seen because he's in the top side chasing down a Yi. Sona's going to have to spam that heal to get them back in the bottom lane.
So currently Jin's, oh no, he is going lethality, and that could be problematic. While he is snowballing, and that's it's a build you want to do if you're snowballing, they're really going to have
double stun here from the Gnar, but he does not have the damage, so he is now flashing on the run as Maokai tries to chase him down, and Nivea decides to play safe, back off as the ult has been used just to clear the minion wave. But Maokai going in deep is now against 3. I don't think he has enough for this. He does get the kill on the Gnar before sacrificing life, smiting the blue buff to stay alive for a moment longer. With the Diana pull in, that's going to be Phantom of Temp picking up his first kill of the game.
Yeah, but the thing is a kill onto the Gnar doesn't matter so much. Yes, he is a lane bully. But in the matchup with Anivia, if he just decides to build tanky, now he does look like he's going for Black Cleaver, so the gank matters a little bit more. But if he just decided to straight up build tank from this point,
ooh, nice dodge there. Sauce might be able to escape from that one, but no, they're turning it on. The heal being used. Estin Ninja looking for the damage onto Sauce. There's the Lux, though. That's going to be a great ultimate and take out the kill. Now Misfortune showing up. Does not have the snare for another second or so as Jade is on the run. Can he escape from this one? Gets a double snare, but all he needs is an auto attack. But that Lux finishing off Diana now down here with the blue buff. Is going to be able to finish off Sona. Doesn't take much. 6 kills to 6. 400 gold in the lead for Team Mermicorn. Now they're looking for the Drake. Catonator on the run. Does he have the escape through the blast cone? Looks like he will, but that should be giving the red Infernal Drake over to the blue team. But they will just back off from that one, saying we don't feel we have the confidence, especially with Misfortune right around the corner, who has hit level 6. So easy for her to just throw that into the pit and deal so much damage and potentially steal away the Drake too.
Yeah. Lord Reeves putting a ton of pressure onto this Gnar in the top lane. That's to be expected with the range versus semi-melee matchup. Whenever he goes Mega Gnar, he ends up getting put under a ton of pressure, which is really good play out of Reeves, what we've come to expect from him.
Main thing is this Lux. Only 18 farm against the 60 of the Diana.
Yeah, that was what I was going to point out.
So crucial.
Despite the excellent gank out of the bot lane, the farm differential. The thing is Diana is supposed to be behind in the range versus melee. The champions are usually designed to where they can handle about a 20 CS deficit, come back in the late game. Look at Kassadin. Those kind of champions, the hyperscalers, are really supposed to be behind, and they still have tools to deal with that. However,
look at that.
Then this happened.
Yeah, nice snare. Gonna get a little bit of damage onto Snakes, but not even close. Pinging for an assist in the mid lane. It might behoove Lux to trade with Anivia at this point, as even though Anivia does not have kills. The snare. And a great flash there. However, is going to be forced to follow through. Lux, trying to get some, not Lux, but Yi trying to get the damage he can down. Nice from Misfortune to turn it around on the Yi. However, still will probably be going down. No, gonna get a second kill on the Taric and lives. Jin not having the damage to finish her off. Will get the minion push in, but Misfortune picking up 2 off of that. 2 for 1. I'd take that trade, especially on a very squishy Sona.
Hello, Vortex.
Vortex has arrived.
How is Aurelia today?
All right. So now, the interesting thing is that so far Rift Herald is 1 for 1. In the first game, Rift Herald was picked up by Red Team. They won the game. Second time, also picked up by Red Team. Lost the game. Third time,
it's just Red Team.
We'll see if it comes down. We'll see if it happens.
I don't think they want. I don't think they want to tangle with Snakes right now.
This Diana is massive. Yi around the corner as well, so it looks like blue team may be able to pick up the poor Rift Sculler. No, Rift Herald not picked up yet, as Yi just goes back to farming, which he's been doing like a madman. 10 farm over this Maokai.
Yeah. Something that I wanted to see was the key to really put a ton of pressure and invade the Maokai a lot, because Maokai's combat stats are lacking in the game. We are doing awesome, Vortex. I appreciate you asking. How is Aurelia doing?
How is Aurelia doing? Jade in the bottom lane playing a fairly effective Taric so far. Missed the stun. Cast a curse right there, alive and well. But does have an early Sightstone, as Sona has instead focused very hard on finishing the Frost Queen's claim. No Sightstone yet, which is why they don't see this Yi coming. The gank and the snare on Misfortune means the death, as the flash on Lux going to be forced to use to keep herself alive. But still, 22 farm to 83 is brutal, and that is just going to keep going up even higher. Lux considering sticking around, trying to get a little bit of farm off of these minions.
I think this is going to end up in death, though.
Very well could, as Infernal is going to be picked up by blue team, which is really good for them as they are starting to get a little snowbally.
Little known fact, Jin is actually the best. He might trade his life for that.
Doesn't have a blast cone. The stun not going to land either. However, Sona in the bottom lane all by herself may go down as the Jin all being used. Oh, sneaking away. He's going to try a fourth shot and does get the fourth shot. Snare from Maokai not going to... Oh, it does land. It's really long range. I forgot how long range that is. And Diana is going to find Misfortune and to just absolute wipe her out. All being used from the Taric. Flash from the Maokai. Try to get back with snare underneath the turret. And that is 4 kills, picked up from Mermicorn. Just crushing it in the bottom lane.
Hashtag Jin to win. I love watching. Makes me happy. So, anyway.
Now there has been a sneaky little 30 farm lead by Lord Reeves in the top lane on this Anivia, but has not been able to make use of that anywhere else in the map. And first tower picked up by Team Mermicorn means that they are a solid 3,000 gold in the lead. It's just going to stack higher.
Yeah, that's fairly terrifying. Considering this is kind of a snowball versus snowball. Neither team is very good at wow. Okay, Dankus, standing in the Nivea ult. That deals
Except
damage.
Anivia walled him away from the wall.
Yeah, she almost trapped him in the ult, which could have turned into a kill.
We turn them gay on the run, however,
but not for
wants
long.
to turn it around as Catinator is going to show up looking
Never
for
mind,
the
Snakes
snare.
is probably about
However,
yeah, I saw that coming.
When you were playing a squishy Sona, you do not want to play with Fired.
I was like,
by Fire, I mean Diana.
There's a snake in my boot.
He does have one boot. You are correct.
Single boot.
I want a picture of everyone running around with one boot on.
Anybody who is a animator or has artistic talent, would
like
you please
running around with one yellow glowing boot?
I would appreciate that very much.
That would be beautiful. 14 kills to 8. Infernal Drake as well. Absolutely wiping the Lux, bursting the damage. Yi picked up the Rift Herald as well, but is going to go down, not able to pick up the buff from that. Snakes around the corner. The Maokai ult going to be chasing in. The flash from Anivia, that's going to be, Gnar picking up the buff, but will be going down as Misfortune uses the bullet time to finish him off as well. So 2 kills picked up from Red Team. They did lose the Rift Herald. They go over to the enemy team, and Jin is hard pushing that bottom turret. However, they may, with the wave clear on the blue buff Anivia, take out this top lane turret and trade, but it's a tier 1 for a tier 2. The damage onto Jade, can they do this? Misfortune is here and starting to stack up a little bit of damage. Going to dodge the snare. Hello Kitty. As Hot Sauce ultimate has been used, going to keep him alive as he goes in on the Sona. Very low health. Ult has been called. Curtains called. Crescendo going to land on the Taric as Sona is dodging everything. He's dodged one more and does. This nice slow from the Misfortune, going to slow them as they're going out. Lux here does not land the snare, very close, is going to get snared herself. The Snakes is just decimating. All she needs is one proc of that Q. She is going to clear you with the ult. Doesn't even matter how much health you have. Top lane turret did go down in favor for Team Draaaaven, but they have a long ways to crawl back into this game.
Yeah, I don't think Misfortune understands the nerfs that went through onto the Duskblade in the last round of matches. The thing that happened is they reduced the damage by half if you're a ranged champion and made it to where you no longer apply blow. So Duskblade is actually a pretty terrible purchase for ADCs. It was only mediocre and only if you're ahead with no tanks on the enemy team. It was very situational and very snowbally. Not worth picking up if you're behind. Definitely not worth picking up anymore if you're an ADC.
Cat is shoutcasting as well. He's gonna give you guys the
Shoutcatting.
DL on the Gnar, the cute little
Download?
cat creature. The down low. All the details. Alright, Taffy. You gotta go away. Love you.
Goodbye, Ted.
You can shoutcast later. 16 kills to 10, 4,000 gold in the lead. Team Mermicorn playing an excellent game so far, but almost all of that is on Snakes in that mid lane. 8-0-1. This Diana is absolutely decimating, but don't ignore the 6-2 Jhin, as they are going to find the ultimate from Misfortune coming out. Should be able to finish off the Yi. Just trade the life of the Maokai, who's trying to CC as much as possible as these top laners just continue to go back and forth. Ultimate has been used. Snare not going to land. The Lux on the run is going to be crushed and go down as Jhin finds that one. Diana around the corner as well. Nowhere to run. They're moving in on the turret. Meganar comes out, giving Anar a little bit of extra health. But I think that Mermicorn... Oh, okay. Snakes absolutely decimated, crushing down not only one, but should be able to crush down two, as the Misfortune trying to give it damage she can. Dodges the snare as well, dodges the stun, gonna pick up the Taric, is finished off by the Jhin. Very, very low health. Maokai around the corner, red buff has been used. Can he get the damage down? It looks like Catinator might get the kill as Jhin has nowhere to run. Red buff should be done. Yep, there it is. You cannot get through there, at least. I think you take a minimum of 2 tower shots.
1 tower shot.
You can get through with 1 tower shot? If you have the movement speed?
You usually get through there with, unless you're like load or something. But if you time it wrong, so like there are circles around the towers that are their range. If you go at the intersection points, kind of like a Venn diagram, right in the middle. So you've got this cross section where the 2 circles touch just barely. If you walk right there, you'll only get hit. Now, of course, you can flash that and not get hit at all.
True. But he did not have flash available, so that was not going
then
to
he probably
happen.
would have just, flash the wall and not power range anyway.
Still, 4,000 gold in the lead. Mermicorn
So,
very,
who
very
wants
strong.
to bet that that this ADC?
I don't want to bet that because Lux is around the corner and can help make sure that that does not happen with shields. Sona also trying to pick up the blue buff, or at least help Anivia get that for all of the ulting. Jhin showing up the mid lane is 400 damage instantaneously to Lux, who starts to recall, which is not what she wants to do. She needs to stick around for the ult to be used when a team fight breaks out, which should momentarily, as both teams are collecting around this mid lane turret. Can they find the Taric? Thank goodness the crescendo was not used, because that'd be pretty grumpy if Sona burnt that on the Taric tank. However, it's going to get a nice slow, and that's going to allow Maokai to get the snare down. The damage coming out, is it going to be enough? And they do pick him off. So great pick there. Nard did get the top lane turret in trade. However, they are going to move down to the Mountain Drake. Team Draaaaven looking for the damage on that. Maokai going ahead and starting up. Has the red buff. Anivia with the blue. Should not be too hard to take this unless Yi comes in. Jhin going to go ahead and start the ult. Focusing on the Sona. Getting very low. One more hit should be enough. Yi as well. Is the crescendo going to be used on the Yi? Misfortune immediately turning around with a bullet time. With a flashing Yi. Still not enough. Sona picks up the kill. The Mountain Drake picked up by Maokai. Great
More
ult there.
importantly, Stakes has been killed.
Yes. That was beautiful job from the Anivia stun comboed with the Lux snares to keep the CC chain down onto the Diana and finish off that kill as well. No flash, no ignite, nothing burned. She just outplayed a little bit. Nice wall to keep them off of the turret. However, Cool Vic taken very low health. Jhin wants the execute. Lux taken low as well. Maokai's like, how do I tank for you guys if you're going to keep taking damage? As the stun now goes down onto Lux. Can she escape? Has the shield, needs to use it, but instead they're going to be turning on to the Taric, trying to get the damage cool around the corner. Mega Gnar, does not get the damage before Maokai flashes to get to the side. The Gnar just misplacing a little bit. Jinbi is going to finally finish one, but there is still an Anivia, very healthy, can try to turn on, gets the wall, but Jin getting everything. Sona here as well, does not have the crescendo, has the bit of damage, and went Lichbane. Is going to do some good damage onto Hot Sauce. The Luxalt coming out, not going to finish him off, just off to the side, but there's the Yi looking for the extra damage. Lord Reeves unstoppable, chasing in onto this Jin. 2 bars of health, but Diana
and
is here.
Snakes.
Back and forth and back and forth. Snakes on a plane looking for a Sona. Not going to find it with the speed boost. Last of the mana to get Sona out of that one. Very, very close fights back and forth so many times over, but once again, Mermicorn comes out in the lead, still 3,000 gold ahead.
Yeah, Jin needs to start into crit now. You saw in the last fight how quickly, or how rather slowly, he killed Maokai. He went through, I think, 4 clips, sunk into the Maokai. You usually only get to fight. Just because a lot of experience there. Going through 2 clips and your ult is about as much as you can without the team fight ending. He did manage to kill the Malphite in the end, but Maokai now has a thorn now, which hurts.
Gonna make it that much more difficult. I love the Maokai going absolute solid tank on this one. Catonata doing a great job, and the Anivia, Lord Reeves, once again just coming through. 5-0-5, highest impact in the game for the team, besides the Misfortune, who's not that hard as long as she throws out her ult. She's going to tag up everyone a little bit. Sona also doing a good job of staying alive. Has struggled with that, 1-7 so far this game. The Lichbane is fascinating. Does a lot of damage, but you're not really an AP mid laner as a Sona. They're going to find Hot Sauce. The root is down. Can they get the kill? Lord Reeves is here. Just one more stack, and that's Maokai picking up that kill. And now turning on to the Gnar, which is almost out. He is going to be a very squishy little Gnar. The Nivea wall going to stop him up for just a moment before he flashes. However, the Maokai ult going to be wasted away as it dissipates into the Dragon Pit. Yeah. But after all these skirmishes, it's still...
Well... Okay then.
I blinked. What happened?
Sona died.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure. I didn't see it, but she's dead.
Diana was around somewhere.
Yeah, Diana... I think Diana was just on the map, and then Sona committed suicide.
Oh, that's what... I blinked. What happened?
Misfortune's dead now.
Oh, I blinked. What happened?
Actually, he survived just because the ult was there. So
nice snare onto the Yi. He can't be slow, but he can be stunned. They're moving in onto the Gnar. Mega Gnar is very slow to come up and should be coming right now. Not enough. Caternator picks it up in the top lane, but it's still the mid lane turret going to be going down. That's Diana 10-1, decimating. They need to focus this Diana down, and they have the tools. They just don't have the people alive long enough to do it.
So the way this game has been going, Jake, is a sin.
Oh, she's going to go in and decimate everything but Maokai. Totally not surprised there. And that's what I'm talking about. Maokai now slowed down as he's trying to get away. Thornmail going to be burning down. Can they get the damage returned as Tara going to be stuck in the ultimate? The snare coming down. Bullet time for Misfortune, finishing off the Taric. Nivea picking up that one. Lord Reeves 7-0. They cannot kill this bird.
Yeah, so the way this game has gone thus far is wherever Lord Reeves goes, it goes well for Team Draaaaven, and wherever he doesn't, kills everyone.
Eliminating 2 people in a basic 1v3 right off the bat makes life very happy for you as a mid laner.
Yeah, and then they still basically went even in the fight. Yeah.
Little overextension perhaps from Team Mermicorn as they are trying to push down mid lane so very hard. They do have a massive turret advantage now, 6 turrets to 1, pinging in the top lane as well. Sona asking for assistance from the Anivia. All exterior turrets have been taken away from Team Draaaaven, but that means there's still a lot of standing gold for Mermicorn if they lose a team fight. Snakes on a rampage though. No snakes on a plan for this one. Why are your squishy members so far out? That is the question.
Where are the squishy
Can Maokai do this solo? He's getting down to about 3rd health onto the onto the
He can
Gnar.
do anything solo.
There is ult available on Misfortune, but she is dead. Unable to use it. Sona finally back up and alive, but taking 500 damage and more on the Jhin.
Right, so it looks like a bit of a lull as they're shooting down the tower, but hold on, Maokai is walking forward, taking damage, generally hearing about it. I feel like if Maokai tried to solo Baron would give up after a while.
Snare going down, however, this could be great or bad. Nice bullet time could catch Diana out. That's another snare as well. And the ult from Lux finishes the Gnar off. But now everyone on the run for Team Mermicorn. Diana still alive and around. Headed back in the mid lane. There's pings from both teams on this Mountain Drake, which would be super good for Team Draaaaven to have double Mountain Drakes. It looks like it's going to be Jhin and Yi that are going to pick this one up without too much difficulty, as Yi can crush down these objectives so fast. But instead, Draaven's just going to push down the mid lane. But they have to really watch out. Why? If you're Sona, you turn them gay, would you move forward? No! 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 Don't do that! No!
Yeah.
Oh, they're going to get the E out. That's such good damage. That's what makes it so easy to play this Misfortune. As
that was
Sona
a full health Sona with a heal.
Is gonna lose pretty much all her health
with just a fourth shot, and there wasn't even execute damage coming on that. That's pretty terrifying considering 4/5 of your team is squishy, and then there's Maokai who's just spamming the laugh button to try and kill.
709 on this Anivia win factor indeed. Tarek taking a huge amount of damage. Bullet time as well. That's a great wall stunning him up. And Lord Reeves is legendary as he is just crushing this game.
Yeah.
But he has to carry 4,000 gold deficit on his back alone.
Yeah. Props to Catnator for the pretty awesome knockback into the into the glacial storm there. Hold on.
Oh, hey! Are there any song requests here? Koa TV. No, we actually like to stick to just the game audio when we are, but you can definitely join in our games in the future when we play them.
This is the last one for the evening, but yeah, we shoutcast every Tuesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern time, and it's just me and Jake here, and we shoutcast your games. Everybody comes into the chat, into their league. They log in and hold on. Phantom of Temp looks like he's about to get killed.
Red team moving aggressively, taking out this top team, second team turret. As we turn them gay, try to get the damage on a Phantom of Temp, but the heal getting him alive for just a moment longer, forcing that Yi so far back. But it's a turret trade for turret trade as the mid lane is being pushed down.
Whoa.
Diana is there. They're taking the inhibitor. This might be a base race, ladies and gentlemen. As Catnator moving in is going to get slowed. The damage is down. Can he tank away on this turret? He is so massive. Misfortune doing so much. There's the recalls away. The bullet time coming out from Misfortune. There's the snares as well. 4 members still strong. They're still pushing away his inhibitor, but these are Nexus turrets that are going down. One more hit from Misfortune should take it. Diana trying to do what damage she can, but the Maokai is keeping her away. Hostas is here as well. Second Nexus turret down. The snare is down. The Lux ult not even going to touch it as Jhin has been finished off. Gnar going to ult Maokai back to nowhere as Misfortune has been finished off, but it is Lord Reeves that has the damage. The Diana, can they finish off Ignite, moving away onto Lord Reeves? He's got the shield of the, is it enough? The root is going to get Diana busy for a moment longer. The egg has been
Lord
landed.
Reeves.
Can they do it? He is 9-0, but no, the bird is back up and alive for a moment longer, getting the damage down. This Maokai is so darn tanky, but he might finally fall. He has the blue buff. He jumps to a minion, but not going to be enough. The Nexus turrets down. Sona the only one defending mid lane. But overall, I honestly think that Team Draaaaven might have coming out in the lead.
Massively positive trade for
They're
Team Draaaaven.
still down 3,000 gold and might lose Baron buff. But they have Nexus turrets down, and Lord Reeves, you are in such a bad position. Double
Okay,
stun.
never mind, that's
Finally,
Baron.
He dies. 9-1-11 as the Yi starts to wail
MF
away.
ult over the wall.
Misfortune, the only saving
Never
grace.
mind.
Snakes around the corner, gonna see MF back off on that one. Sona picking a blue buff by herself. Definitely went the AP route, as Cool needs to be so careful. Cool said, bye. And you might as well have just gone ahead and ulted at that point. Just there's a tiny sliver of a chance before you died you could kill it. And nope, Baron over to Team Mermicorn, and all 5 members as well are up and available. Lord Reeves and Cool still ticking away on those death timers.
More importantly, Lord Reeves' passive is down now. Yes. He is in one-shot territory for the Diana. So if he kills, if Diana manages to kill out Lord Reeves before the fight really ensues in earnest, and he manages to get out a ton of damage, then I think it is a victory in Team Mermicorn's favor. However, if Lord Reeves is just allowed to sit there and ult and cycle his spells on the backline, I don't think that anybody can really sustain.
Not for very long, that's for sure. There's a talk about the backdoor time, but I think Yi is the backdoor one, as Lux may be going down here. Nice route onto Diana. However, that's going to be taken out. Nar is the one who's taken out. Sona going down in the top lane. Not really surprised when Diana is around. Everyone dies. But the Baron buff, 3 members strong in the top lane, is going to be very hard to deal with. Misfortune may have to use bullet time defensively just to clear the wave. Adornator decides to back off and let them take this turret. I don't necessarily agree with, but they are going to give it. There's the bullet time just to stop them. The ult from Ark as well, going to keep them taking any damage for just a moment longer. Inhibitor going down. Yi is looking for that bot lane turret. Bouncing back and forth, doesn't know what he wants. Inhibitor should go down here without too much of an issue. The damage is just so massive from this Jhin. Sona coming in, looking for a little bit of damage onto the Tarek, the tanky member.
Yeah.
Not do so much.
So, Jhin has finally finished LDR, Lord Dominic's regards, and Sona's dead again.
Snakes on the map, and that's going to be Jhin ultimate. This should spell the death and the game over. Not a whole lot to do unless the Misfortune gets some amazing plays and kills. The Maokai is going to go down, 5 members strong. Super Minions pushed in with the Baron buff. The Nar wants so much. Hey, thank you. Food is good 21 for the follow. It looks like he didn't do so hot. He was against Anivia in the top lane, but in the end, Mermicorn gets the win, and the dead Nar on the steps of the fountain is going to say, Fountain needs to be buffed, man. Still no movement speed.
Fountain needs to be buffed.
It's just not right.
Feels bad, man. Anyway,
feels bad.
This game was fairly one-sided for the early game, but then ended up that base race almost tilted it back into favor of Team Draaaaven, which is, I always love to see a good comeback. However, that's 2 again.
Yeah, 2 again. But you just don't like wearing the Teemo hat, so I'll keep wearing it.
Yes.
Regardless, there was many moments in which Team Draaaaven looked like they were going to come back in that game. But it really boiled down to the one solo man of Snakes.
I wouldn't give it just to Snakes. Sauce is 14-5 too.
Played really well, but it was Snakes that he was basically Sauce did really well into a 4v5. How often was Sona or Misfortune or Lux dead?
However,
in that
but
game?
he did get his own lead in lane though.
Because
he was
of Snakes.
No, it wasn't.
No, what I'm saying is, how often was it a 4v5 because Snakes had eliminated somebody?
I mean, yeah, Snakes did his job, but I don't want to take credit away from Sauce because he did get his own lead in the bottom lane with the help of Jade, and he was 4-0 in the bottom lane, and Snakes. So it was really the tale of 2 carries in the both lanes. Now I'm going to give a huge amount of credit to Snakes because he did a lion's share of the carrying and managed in the end the death stroke was killing Lord Reeves. Cool actually did a pretty good job on the Misfortune. However, as for honorable mentions and such, I I'm going to give honorable mention to Snakes on Team Mermicorn. Honorable mention to Hossos. And then I'm going to give MVP to Lord Reeves on the Anivia because holy crap, he tried so hard and got so far, but in the end, it didn't matter. And then the honorable mention I'm going to give to Catinator.
Yeah, I would agree.
The ganks, as well as his ability to read the situation and really set up Lord Reeves. There were several little micro interactions right there. Okay, yeah, Jade, I have to give you some credit for the pretty good plays in the bottom lane on the Tark, but I can only give out this. These are the kind of games where it sucks to have to give MVPs and stuff because so many people played well. That it's sometimes difficult to give out MVPs and honorable mentions, but I had to give it to the damage dealers who made the plays. But you did set up your carry to be in an excellent position. That early game, that first blood was all you, so I do have to give you credit for that. Did I give both honorable mention? Yeah, I was explaining why Catinator is. There was a lot of micro interaction between Anivia and the Maokai, where Maokai would knock people back into the glacial storm, see them inside of it, and
when
really
they were
melt down tanky people.
Taking the 2 tower turrets, the Nexus turrets on the enemy team, for most of that, it was like a 4v2 with Anivia and Maokai just slowly picking away at everybody's health. So, yeah, Phantom of Temp on this Anivia is was it Phantom of Temp this game? No, it was Lord Reeves on this Anivia. Phantom of Temp plays it a lot, but Lord Reeves showing us how to do top lane Anivia this game, which was an accident. I saw that at the very beginning. He was like, I forgot which lane I was, and ended up going Anivia top. But still, top lane Anivia into Gnar, new meta. Potentially.
Exactly.
Maybe somebody contact LCS.
Yeah, Jay, the thing is that Taric is bonkers OP right now. He's top tier for supports just because he automatically itemizes into all of the OP items on 715. So consider, pulling him out as a second tier pick. He's really powerful right now, and you played him pretty well. Anyway, any closing remarks from Sir Jake Kelton?